Hey everybody, this is Small Biz Doc. Normally I come on here and I talk about business and motivation and things like that. But for some reason today, feeling a little bit overburdened. You know what I mean? So, it's I think with everything that's going on in the world, financially, politically, and everything else, after a while it takes its toll. You know what I mean? And sometimes, uh, those burdens hit us and we don't even realize it. And that's what today has kind of been like for me. All the burdens of everything going around, everything personally, all the goals and things you're trying to do. Sometimes those things weigh you down and you don't even realize it. So today what I want to talk about is maintaining your mental health. And it's challenging being a black male as far as maintaining your mental health, because we're always expected to be a certain way. It's always a certain way we're supposed to be. We're not supposed to have like soft emotions and things like that. And that's one thing, black men don't let a lot of people in. We have those barriers up a lot of times. So I just want to talk about that today. Economically, in relationships and things like that, all those are things that a lot of men, we carry around and we don't share with anybody. We put on this big facade a lot of times, like, we got it all together, but sometimes we don't. Sometimes, we just have those mental burdens, you know what I mean? Now, we'll still get out there and do the physical job and make ends meet and, supply for our family at the same time. But, at the same time we're doing that, a lot of times we're carrying around these emotional burdens. And, a lot of times, we just can't share those things with anybody because a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people we don't trust with our emotional well-being like that, because it seems like a lot of times it's looked at as a weakness, or sometimes you get people that ridicule you. I've seen women that do that, ridicule men, if they have like a sign of emotional duress or something like that. They're going through something, and it shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? So I'm just being transparent. Today was one of those days for me, where I was just feeling overburdened emotionally, overburdened mentally, just got a lot of things on my mind. And it's not easy, man. It's not easy. So I have to make sure that those few friends that I have that I reach out to and I talk to them, because it's good to talk to people. I have a few friends, you could probably count them on one hand, and share things with them. And, they kind of, walk me through a lot of things. But, a lot of men, they don't have that. You know what I mean? And, they don't have that person to go to. And, they're out here trying to get these things on their own, trying to balance all those life challenges and financial things and relationship and marriage and, dealing with stuff on the job. And they're carrying around all that stuff on their own. It's very challenging. You know what I mean? So I just want to say to you guys out there that may be going through the same thing, it's help out there. If you need help, get help. You know what I mean? If you need to talk to a counselor, talk to a counselor. Sometimes it seems as if we're trying to please everybody, but at the same time, nobody's trying to please us or trying to help us out with the things that we need. And, that leaves a lot of men feeling empty, feeling a void within them, you know what I mean? And we put on the facade, like I said, we'll go out there, we'll do the job, we'll bring home the paycheck and everything like that. But sometimes at the end of the day, when we're by ourselves and those thoughts are hitting us, that's when it hits home. You know what I mean? That's when it hits home. You know what I mean? So, we have to acknowledge that that's an area that we need help in, or that we just may need to talk to somebody. That's half of us acknowledging it. At the same time, we're always trying to make everybody else happy. A lot of times, a lot of men, fathers, brothers and sisters, things like that, are trying to make everybody else happy. But at the same time, while we're making those families happy, wife or children and things like that, happiness is eluding us. It's eluding us. We don't have that happiness inside. Like I said, we put on a smiley face and everything like that, but we're not really happy. And it's really challenging, and it's a tough place to be in. And I kind of look at black men as being silent sufferers, because a lot of times we suffer in silence. and we don't share those things with anybody, and a lot of times, many of them don't get the help that they need. You know what I mean? But the most important thing is to find someone that you can confide in. You know, be it a friend, somebody that you feel comfortable enough with. And you know, one of the challenges with us is we don't want to be vulnerable with anybody. And you know, people say, you know, oh, you're not making yourself vulnerable. You know, because most of the times when we make ourselves vulnerable, somebody abuses that vulnerability and they use it against us. You know what I mean? I've had that happen to me, and you know, it's just a mechanism within us that says I will never make myself vulnerable to that scenario, that person again, because you know what I mean. When I did, they abused that vulnerability, and it's sad to say, but that's the way it is a lot of times. You know what I mean? So, and you were always expected to acknowledge the needs of others. You know what I mean? You know, be it your wife, be it your girlfriend, be it your mother, be it your family. We're always expected to acknowledge the needs. You know, be a gentleman. You know, be a provider, be this or that. But who's acknowledging the needs that we as black men have? And I don't think that's asking too much from your family members, or if you're in a relationship with someone. You know what I mean? It's not asking too much. So. If you're in a relationship with someone, you know, just realize, you know, that the men have needs as well. And I'm not talking about the physical stuff. This surpasses anything physical. This is talking about the emotional needs. You know, it's talking about the mental needs that a lot of men have. And, you know, it may not happen overnight. You know what I mean? You may not be able to open up to someone overnight and just share some of the things that are going on with you. But, you know, just take baby steps to get those things off of you, to release those things off of you. And this is just me. I just want to say, you know, to all the guys that are going through this thing, you're not alone, man. You're not alone. I'm going through it. You know, your pastor might be going through it. You know, your coworkers might be going through it. You know, you're not alone. We all put on that facade a lot of times, like we got it all together. You know, but nobody has it all together. You know what I mean? You know, we're all going through some challenge in some way. You know, so most won't tell you how great you are either. That's the thing. You know, a lot of times, you know, we're expected to be greatness for others, but nobody ever comes and tells black men how great you are. You know, that you're, you know, they appreciate you for being a good friend, or they appreciate you for being a good father. You know what I mean? They appreciate you going to work every day, dealing in this society that we have that is not conducive to black men. You know, they're expecting a paycheck, but they're not expecting to help you with the needs that you have emotionally. You know what I mean? So you have to take care of yourself, take care of your own emotional well-being. You know what I mean? And I want to be the first to say, you know what I mean, to all my black brothers, you know, it's not what you have that makes you good, it's who you are. You know what I mean? And I want to say to all my black brothers this, you know, you are good. You are good men. Despite what society says, despite the stereotypes they have of you, you are a good man. You know what I mean? If you don't have money, or if you're not making as much money as you want, you're still a good man. You know what I mean? If you're growing, learning how to be a father, you're still a good man because you're trying. You know what I mean? There is good within you. You know what I mean? So I just want to share that with you guys. You know, we've survived so much. You know, we've survived so much, and we're still here. You know what I mean? This last year has been tumultuous for many of us. You know what I mean? We have to sit by and watch while we're being torn apart in the media and things like that, while we're being stereotyped. And, you know, that stuff plays on you after a while. You know, and it plays on you after a while. So, you know, I just want to encourage you guys that you're good. You know, you guys are good, man. Just do what you do. If you need help, if you need someone to talk to, find someone to talk to. Don't let those burdens overburden you so that you get into a state of depression, because that's very hard to get out of sometimes, you know. Surround yourself with people who care about you, you know what I mean? And then find those 2, 3, maybe even one person that you can confide in. You know what I mean? That's part of the key, you know, that's part of the key. So, you know, talk to a counselor if you need to, or just find a friend that you can confide in and just talk about those things that are really burdening you. That's what helps for me. And it's not an easy task, you know, and the challenges don't go away, because every time we wake up and walk out the door, a lot of those things just hit us in the face. You know, it doesn't matter how much money you have, what stature you have. At the end of the day, or at the beginning of the day, when you walk out that door, you're just another black man. So I just want to tell y'all, be encouraged. take care of your mental health, and just be strong, man. Just be strong, and just realize that you are not alone. I'm here with you. I'm going through the same thing sometimes. Other men are going through the same thing sometimes. But the way we're going to get through it is to get through it together, and by acknowledging that we can't do this by ourselves sometimes. That we need some help. So I hope this has been a blessing to some of you guys, or just an encouragement. That's all I really want to do. Just let y'all know that. It's not just you. You're not alone. You're not by yourself. And I also want to emphasize that you are a good man. You are a good man. You are a good man. This is small biz doc out, and I just wanted to share that with you guys tonight while it was on my mind, because I was just in a special place tonight. It's just in a special place. So don't forget, like and subscribe, and catch the vibe, and let's stay together. We're gonna get through all this stuff together.